Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a double review for Top Gun and its sequel Top Gun Maverick, which are both blockbusters. And to just hop right into the review, I think both of these movies have a really cool vibe to them. It's actually really interesting that they have a ton of action sequences with planes, but they never have like a fist fight or any of that kind of stuff in them. They also do have great characters, and of course Tom Cruise in the lead is pretty charming. It's really neat how they did a bunch of practical work and not CGI. Of course, if they did CGI in the first movie, you would have noticed because in the 80s it was pretty bad. It's also worth noting that the soundtracks to both of these movies are just fantastic. I guess you could say they take my breath away. But then comes the question, which movie is superior? I think that Maverick has a better build-up to the final battle because the conflict is established very early on in the film. So you're just hyped the whole time and there's more tension. Whereas in the first movie, it was a little bit more episodic. A bunch of random stuff kind of happened. You didn't really know what to expect next. So a lot of the individual sequences worked, but as a whole movie, I don't think the build-up was as good as in the second movie. However, I do think the romance was done way better in the first movie. They got a different girlfriend for the second movie for mysterious unknown reasons, and it just kind of felt like it had to be there just to be there because there has to be romance in every movie. I think they only mentioned her as like a reference in the first movie. And that's actually the crazy thing. They did a really good job on the nostalgia by making the plot points in the second movie tie back into what happened in the first movie. The character development and character work in both movies I think are really great. And it's cool to see Maverick grow as a character. But as I said, it is pretty crazy how the second movie is very similar to the first one. It almost feels like a remake, just the way so many things are structured. The same can be said a lot about different sequels. Like, for example, Good Burger 2 recently came out, and it had a lot of similar plot points to the first movie. In the words of George Lucas, it's like poetry, it rhymes. And that's the thing about these legacy sequels. You want to make sure that they rhyme and they aren't too repetitive. Because, for example, Star Wars The Force Awakens did a terrible job at that, whereas movies like this and Good Burger 2 succeeded. I would also say that the first movie has a little bit of a better cast, like that principal from Back to the Future was in it, and just the other pilots, since they were the same age as Maverick, there was a better dynamic there, whereas in the second one he becomes like a teacher, a mentor. I just think that Goose was a little bit more of an interesting character, as well as Iceman, who does make a little appearance in this. Still though, they did a good job, and I gotta say, the final battle in Maverick is pretty epic. I like how it's not just in a plane, they like crash and invade the other base. So overall, on the scale of 0 to 100, we'll give the first movie an 80%, and we'll give Maverick a 91%. Definitely recommend them if you're a fan of this stuff, and obviously you got to see both movies. Let me know what your thoughts on the movies are in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.